So I want to talk to you a little bit today about anything that we are looking to use for familiarity or memorization and how we can implement those so that there's some level of familiarity or memorization that happens in long-term memory, like things get switched from short-term memory to long-term memory. And they've actually done some studies on this, on how it works and the best way to incorporate it. And you will see in multiplication by heart, none of this is sponsored, by the way. This is from Math from Love, who also does Prom Climb. I just love their work. They have a website also that also has opening activities and all kinds of math games, and highly recommend. Anyway, they have a set of cards that goes over visual representation of multiplication and how to memorize them. They have all kinds of different ones with arrays, with primed climb factors, and with dots, but they actually have a little spinner, for lack of a better word, that goes on what day you're memorizing and which sections you should be memorizing. They've taken this research that has been done on memorization and used it to maximize memorization. But I'm going to show you a basic, easier version. Basically, you want to be consistently inconsistent. So I will show you what that means by that. Okay, we have a set of words here that we pretty much already have an understanding of. And when we go through and memorize them every once in a while, or go through and review them, memory recall. And the way that I do that is just hold the first one over the second one so we can't see the definition below it. At some point, when we have a good deal that we have recognized, when we go through, I will make a pile of those that were easily remembered and a pile of those that were not, and I will separate them. Those that are easily remembered, here's our tab of what we're working on. We'll go right in front of this at the back of this pile here. These are our new words. These are the ones that we understand, and these are the words that we're currently working on. Now, here's the deal. These are the ones we're currently working on. Every once in a while we go through and we take out the ones that we understand. Occasionally, we go back through and bring these that we already understand back into our group to remember. So it's like you're taking 2 steps back, forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, and then you're moving like 6 steps back, and then continuing in that same pathway. This is the, oh, I just messed that up, the optimal way to work with memorization, and it also works with things like this. So there's a reel that I have on this, but we often use, these are wild feather maps, often use this for understanding familiarization of geography. And what we will do is study this map for 2 or 3 minutes, and then take a blank map and write as much as we can remember. And we will do that several times, right, until we have a good feel for it, and then we will try it without studying the map, just doing this. So we will do South America for a while consistently, and then we will leave South America and work on another continent. Let's say Asia for a while. We're working on Asia for a while, and then we're going to stop Asia and go back to South America, right? See how much we can remember. Maybe we do that for a couple times. We go back to Asia. We've got Asia memorized. Then we move to Africa, the continent of Africa. We do Africa for a while. Then we go back to Asia and South America, and then Africa again. You see where I'm going here. Like, once we don't memorize something and leave it never to return again, we are working with it, then leave it to work on more and so forth, and coming back to it consistently and consistent, so that the familiarity of the continents, of the times table, of vocabulary, whatever it is that you're looking to familiarize yourself with, makes it from our short-term memory into our long-term memory. Because each time we do that, we establish that pathway of remembering those neural connections, then that pathway is easier. It's like a well-traveled path, a well-traveled hike. If that pathway is maintained, it's easier to walk along. It's easier to travel along, and you also know your way there to the information. So it basically makes it to the back where things are automated of our brain and our long-term memory. Okay, hope that helps.